Hey, it's Jason from Present Tense Fitness. Today I want to talk to you about a common thing that we see with hurdle hops with the dance population that we work with. Often when you have a dancer do hurdle hops, they're explosive and graceful. It's much more beautiful to watch than the many videos you see of me doing them. But one thing that you may catch is as they're going over the hurdle, one leg is like perfectly in parallel and lifting over the hurdle, and another leg is sort of going around the hurdle, sort of at the hip. So we see this abduction and rotation around the hurdle. So rather than seeing that, you'll see, I'm going to exaggerate here, that. Now, when we start digging into this, 9 times out of 10, that leg that's going around that hurdle is the dancer's non-planted leg. So if you ask a dancer, do you have a preferred planted leg if you're executing a lot of turns? Most of them will say yes. And so what we'll see is their plant leg is the stable leg over the hurdle, and their non-plant leg, the one that might be leading in, say, like fouettes, that's the leg that's going around the hurdle. Now, this doesn't mean that there is a problem. We want to address it in training and hold the dancer accountable for a proper form on something like the hurdle hop. But this is one of those areas with, using our bodies where this is completely logical. So on my plant leg, if I'm doing a lot of turns, the most important attribute there for my planted leg is stability. The compromise there, if you ask that same dancer, which side, if you have a tighter hip, feels tighter, it's often the plant leg, because that leg has preferenced stability over mobility. The other hip will be the exact opposite. That is the leg that is often in the air and sort of turning. That leg will feel more mobile and less stable. And so our job in cross training is to try to close some of those gaps, but not get rid of them completely, because when it comes time to perform, dancers actually need some of those asymmetries. So asymmetry doesn't mean that something is wrong or that their body's a train wreck. It just means let's pay attention to it in our cross training. Let's hold people accountable for good cross training, strength training form. And then when it comes time to perform, they need to do what they need to do to get into those shapes. Our hope is that we can give a dancer some tools so that they can get into those shapes that they need to get into in a safer manner. So if you coach dancers or you're watching dancers do something like a hurdle hop, watch to see if there's a leg that's rotating outside of the hurdle rather than going up, and that's a good chance to address. It's a good cross-training form.